Hello and welcome to this week's League of Legends Power Rankings, where we cover the top 25 teams in the League of Legends ecosystem. As you can see here, I already have some names on the board, and those are the teams that haven't played yet, whether it be T1 and RNG being the two top teams that haven't played yet in China or Korea. And we have our 4 LEC teams, our 3 LCS teams, and 4 minor region teams from the PCS and VCS. Now, I'm still working on that algorithm that I have going for the smaller regions. Right now, I think that it's not working up to par, only because there haven't been a lot of teams. I mean, only half the teams have played. Once the LEC and LCS play, I think that the algorithm will be in a place where I can actually put minor region teams on here semi-accurately. But as of right now, as is the case with the bigger teams, I have a good idea of who's good and who's not right now. So that's how I handle the big teams anyways. It's about trying to mix those smaller region teams in there like OS, Turkey, Brazil, and Latin America that have already played. Because right now the LCO, Chief Esports Clubs, started out real strong, and they were probably in the in this range. And that's not feasible right now. But after more teams play, I think it'll work itself out to a place where if a team's in the top 25, I can find a room for them in here. But we'll see. So black will be for the LCK, and red will be for the LPL, because those are the only 2 regions that have played that are going to end up on here. And we're going to start from the bottom. So who I have 21st is KT. So, KT lost to Gen G this morning. The 2-game series, I mean, it was 2-0. You know, Rascal didn't look all that great. They really didn't have anything for Gen G in any aspect. At some point, it felt like Cuz was getting ahead of Peanut, but he couldn't turn it into anything. And, you know, aiming looked good, but they're still playing Arya. So as long as Arya's on that team, I don't see them going very far. I am not a big Arya fan. I am a Vikla fan. So we'll see what they do going forward, because I don't think that's going to fly. Above them, I have IG, who's new to the list. IG looked good against Weibo. You know, they lost a 3-game series, but IG looked okay. It looks like if they can play this 5-man roster, they may be better off. We'll see how they do going forward. But right now, I think IG is doing really well. You know, it's just a matter of trying to figure out, you know, what they want to do in draft. Because drafting Wink Draven is not a thing that I really like, and I feel like that's probably the thing they should fix next. Speaking of that, because they barely got by IG, Weibo are 17th. Oh, I should probably put down where these teams have fallen from. Weibo had dropped 3. I think Weibo actually dropped 4 spots. I have 3 down here, but I'm pretty sure it was 4. I think I had them 13th. KT dropped 6 themselves. But nevertheless, Weibo, you know, Weibo is coin flip. They are coin flip. Like, beating IG, good for you. You beat IG, but, like, the Shy coin flips the hell out of the game. And that's just not going to, that is not going to fly. When they're bad, they are going to be off this list. Like, they have to figure that out. All the other roles are solid. It is up to the Shy to, you know, be reasonable. Game 2, his Cal was awful. He died, I remember, he died like 8 times. And then the next game, he dominates on the Cal. He needs to be more consistent. They have to figure that out. 13th, we have KDF. KDF beat Hanwha Life. And honestly, I can't recall if it was a 3-game. I think it was a 2-game series. Hell, it might have been a 3-game series. I'm trying to think back to it. Although it was yesterday. That Fred at Breon DK game took a lot out of me today. Against Hanwha Life, it wasn't Teddy. Oh, Keen did really well. because they put him on Gwen. It was a 3-game series. He was on Gwen twice, and the Sejuani in Game 2 was an awful decision. If they keep putting Keen on Gwen, giving him first pick, they will succeed. Fate also looked good in mid. I think that they in Elam looked good on Nocturne in Game 3. So right now they're here. We'll see how they do against a team that's actually decent. Going to a 3-game series against HLE isn't that good, but they won resoundingly, so they're 13th. 11th, I have Top. Top went 1-1 this past week, dropping from second, sorry. They were second, but the way they played against JDG was really unfortunate. Game 1 and Game 3 were awful. Game 2, Tian carried them hard. Knight kind of was okay. Even against Team Wii, I thought Knight was, really solid, but I don't know. Top early split struggle. I think that's what this is going to be. It's hard to really grade them off of 1 or 2 weeks. Over the aggregate, everything should pan out. I mean, beating Team Wii World Elite is not a big deal. Losing to JDG, though, JDG is a team in your wheelhouse. If you followed along with my power rankings before MSI, which you probably didn't, the way I looked at things, I did each individual region. I did not do one big power rankings like I am now. And when you played teams in your wheelhouse, those games really mattered. That was, how are you going to do? If you were a team, if you were like HLE and you were playing T1, I'm not going to drop HLE from 9th to 10th if you lost to T1. That's whatever. But if you lose to KDF, who I might have had 8th that week, or Sandbox or whatever, then that matters. When Top loses to JDG, who's a team in your wheelhouse, in my opinion, that's telling. You might, but it's also week 1, so you got to take it for what it is. 9th place, I have Victory 5, who dropped 4 spots. And somebody might say, well, Victory 5 won. They did not win resoundingly, and as far as I'm concerned, until Rookie comes back, that team, if they play the way they did against Thundertalk, that team is bad. We'll see how they play, but as of right now, not very good. We'll see how Dream develops. Dream looked good in the LDL, so we'll see how he does. But against Thundertalk, there were some jitters. He struggled. There's no doubt about it. If you watch that series, they struggled. They stole Game 1, and Game 2 was not a blowout. So Victory 5 right now are there. 8th place, I have BLG. BLG going 1-1. They did not move. They lost to LNG, a team that was in their wheelhouse, but they beat Ultra Prime, who started the split strong. I don't have Ultra Prime on this list, but I believe they were the first team off of it. So, depending on how the smaller regions actually start out, maybe you see Ultra Prime on this list because the LPL is so stacked. But BLG looked good. I thought Crisp did a really good job today. It was nice to see Crisp in Game 3 show up in a big way. Doggo played well. Bin was kind of iffy. Fofo played better. Weiwei dominated Game 1, which honestly I don't remember Weiwei dominating any games in spring. So BLG looked good against Ultra Prime. LNG, they went to a 3-game series, and it was a close 3-game series, but they ended up being on the losing end anyways. 7th, I have Damwon. Damwon dropping 2 spots because they had to play against Fredit Brion. If you have a 3-0 game, you're dropping in the power rankings. I'm sorry. I can't stand that. If you didn't catch my roundup this morning or the result of Fredit Brion Damwon Kia, they broke the record for longest game without a first blood in LCK history by literally having first blood at 34 minutes at Baron. Both teams allowed themselves to go to Soul Point, or at least one. Damwon was at Soul Point. Uncontested, both teams exchanging drakes, no kills at all. And at 34 minutes, there was a fight. Fredit Brion took the Baron and lost the fight afterwards, and Damwon ended, winning the game 3-0 in kills. They dropped 2. I would like them to dominate a team like Fredit Brion, and they didn't. But if you play down to the team's level, what are you going to do? 5th place, I have LNG, who went 2-0, right? Yeah. So they're up. They are up 4 spots. Beat Anyone's Legend. Anyone's Legend had won their first series, so that was big. You know, beating Anyone's Legend was a significant thing. Beating BLG was a big deal. You know, Tarzan showing up, Doomby showing up. It's really weird seeing Tarzan on a Sejuani carrying a game, but he is. Ale looked good against Anyone's Legend. I thought that they really focused him, and that was what I thought the team should do to win. Light and Iwandi are doing okay. I still don't know why Lamau is being benched. And if Iwandi's better, let Lamau find a better home. But as of right now, LNG are looking good. As long as Doomby can, you know, rotate around the map and roam like he did on his Kled, this team is only going to be scarier as the split goes on. 4th place, I have Gen G moving up 3 spots. Gen G leapfrogging. Damn it. Oh, damn it all. Still on the board? Yep. Okay, good. Gen G going up 3, leapfrogging Damwon. They beat KT well. Doran was the MVP. You know, was it a close series? Probably not, like I said earlier about KT. But at the same time, you know, that was really, I don't really know what to say because it's hard to tell with where T1, I mean, T1 not playing, it's hard to really tell. I mean, it's week 1. Lahen's pulled out a singed, and I really don't think KT expected that. And it did really well. Gen G is a legit team. They are a world-class team. I could see the team winning Worlds. And as far as I'm concerned, if you are in this first column, you're a Worlds contender. Unofficially, I guess, on my board. EDG are 3rd. EDG are not moving, despite going 2-0. EDG beat FPX and Weibo, which 2 wins against teams down here. They are solidifying themselves. We are still an upper class team. We are still above Weibo, and Weibo is definitely in there. You know, they are a playoff team. We have them over here, but they're still a playoff team. And beating FPX. FPX is a team that I'm hoping that does better, and EDG needed, I believe, 3 games to beat them. But EDG are still really good. We'll see how they do. I think they play tomorrow. I haven't done that video yet, but I think they play tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes, how their next game goes. And then after that, 2nd place, moving up a ton of spots because why not? JDG looked really good. 369 looked really good. Kanavi carried when he had to carry. Yagawa's kind of is what it is, but Hope and Missing have looked good at times too. They beat Top. Top were up here, so right now they're there. They beat LGD resoundingly. Their kill differential is great. We'll see how things go going forward for them, but right now I have them 2nd. I'd probably, honestly, if I really think about it, probably EDG I'd have above them. Maybe LNG. The problem is you don't know where RNG is right now, and frankly, I think that this power rankings will be more authentic to how I feel when all these teams have played. So I can actually move things around. I'm limited to where I can move things around. But nevertheless, thank you for watching. Like the video if you like it. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Comment down below with how you feel. You know, who do you think is looking good? Who do you think is not looking good? Like the video if you like it, like I said. And thank you for watching.